Help is also found in understanding expressions such as, "In the beginning was the Word," as the being has already internalized the command of self-projection. It has already understood that the Word was in God, for God is the being itself, creating itself and inserting itself into the created life in a skillful and mysterious way. The being is therefore the only God, the lost and rediscovered Word, the resolved mystery, and the beginning and end in itself. The next steps take place on a path already known and mastered by a conscious being, whose response is to do what must be done. In other words, nothing changes beyond one's own consciousness. The grace of the game lies, paradoxically, in the awakening of other beings, since this paradox places the already awakened being in the consciousness that disperses throughout the created universe. The being, who previously arbitrated everything, becomes the most common and, at the same time, the most unusual inhabitant of the universe, for it is now omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. This victory over creation returns it to a place where the endless circle is such precisely, because it never had a beginning. The known world is described in accordance with the infinite that resides in the creativity of the being who describes it, proportions it, and plays the leading role in it. Coming and going is inherent to the being. Understanding is the purpose of the game. With each solution, a new game with new obstacles is created. The game of life is a game of the being with itself. And this being is the manifested being itself, acting sometimes with more consciousness, sometimes with little or none. While reading the book that accompanies it, the being questions itself, and also answers itself. What is above is, in fact, equal to what is below. This is something natural and perfectly understandable. Nothing is accomplished, in any place or environment, however diverse they may seem, in a different way. Everything obeys the same principle, a principle kept secret and sought after by all, in all times. The flow of this living wave is present everywhere, even when it is not perceived. The text itself floats in this way, obeying the principle of coming and going. At times, it may seem tedious, but it always culminates in explosions of lucidity. Repetitions repeat a being that constantly repeats itself until learning is achieved, a learning that is free and never charged for. For this reason, false teachings that demand prestige and money for this knowledge are condemned, both in schools and in societies. Terms such as secret, occult, closed, and true are used to deceive the being.